Another area on the bus. We're up here taking the damaged sections of bracing out of the walls. The next area we have to do is right here, and it's pretty bad all the way up to about here. Well, yeah, about here. And this is bad here too. I'm not sure if we're gonna cut that out, but there's no sense in filming, cutting every piece out. So I think we'll just get that done off camera, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's all finished up. I think there's one more spot back in here. This is a mess. All right in here. This here. 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 I'm not sure what we're gonna do here. I'll probably film that, because that's gonna be different. All the rot is cut out.
Now here's one of the pieces I bent up to replace what's rotted out. We're going to have to tap that in there and weld it in. This is what I use to bend up the replacement parts with. It's just a combination slip roll, shear, and brake. It's not really heavy enough for what we're doing. I happen to have some sheet metal that's the same thickness as what MCI used on the structural pieces I'm replacing. I don't know what gauge it is, but it's really thicker than what this brake is intended for. But you notice I took all of the, or most of the blades out, and I only left these two in the middle. If I just go real easy with it and take my time, and don't push it or don't force it too much, there, see, it'll bend it. It won't do it if I had to do a piece the full length of the.
Here you can see the angle we've bent up in place. There's a little bit of overlap here, but we're just going to leave that overlap, and that'll give us something nice to weld to. And up here, there's the other one. And these two we've gotten welded in already.
Well, we have made all of the repairs on the passenger side wall. We have the foam board insulation put into the cavities, and as you can see, inside all of the frame members we have filled with expanding foam. And I have a couple of the panels installed in the back of the bus, and we're going to continue working along this here, finishing these install on these panels. And I'll show you down here in the front where we had to replace some of the steel in the frame. You can see right there, I cut out some steel and bent it, and we welded it in place, and we also filled that with expanding foam. There was a couple of places, if you remember earlier in the video, where we also had to do some similar repairs. So this wall is coming along pretty good. I should be finished with this in a few more hours. We have the passenger side wall completely finished now. And that feels good. Have something done. Finally. So at this point, for those of you who haven't been watching every video we've put out, what we've done at this point is we've removed the panels here, which are these funky colors. The yellow, it's kind of a blue, and it's kind of a funky green one there in the back. Removed those panels. We took out the fiberglass insulation, repaired any rust that we found in there, filled the cavities with expanding foam and the frame members, put in styrofoam insulation where the fiberglass used to be, and reattached these panels. And after all that work, it was a pretty good sized job. It looks just exactly the way it did before we started. But at least we know it's done, and we know it's structurally sound, and it's well insulated. So the next step is to work on this back wall. As you can see, we've removed the air conditioner and the fiberglass wall panel that was back there. And now we're going to frame that up and put some foam insulation in there. I've just got to figure out just exactly how I'm going to do that and how I'm going to go about that, but we'll keep you posted. And thanks for watching. Today I've been working on the back wall of the bus. You can see I've got all the framework up. Next step is to put in the foam board insulation, and then I'll go over it with some plywood. Didn't go too bad. It was a little tedious. Of course, nothing's really square. We've got all these curves to work with. You can see, to make that curve along the top, I just took the 2x and cut halfway through it so that it would be a little more flexible. Screwed it all up into the bus frame on the ceiling. Then we just came down and screwed into the sheet metal along the back, and then again along the bottom. Worked out pretty well. I'm pretty happy with it. So next thing we'll do is put in some insulation and some plywood. I'm going to leave it so it's easily removed for now, because I'm still going to want to get in behind there. I might want to run some wires, put in my backup camera, stuff like that. So we're just going to kind of mock everything up for now. That's how we're coming. Here we have the paint board installed between the framing. I've got 2 inch in there right now, and that leaves me room for another 1/2 inch. And like I said earlier, I'm just mocking this up for now, so I'm going to hold off on putting the extra 1/2 inch insulation in until I do my final close up. For now I'm going to leave it like this, because like I said, I want to get in there and run some wires and stuff. The next thing I'm going to do is fit up the plywood sub wall. Here we have the finished sub wall. You can see I have the access panel all cut out, so I have access to the back of the bus. And there, all insulated with 2.5 inches of pink board. I also have some expanding foam in there. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. I'll take a look here. You can see I put some of that expanding foam right in behind here. That'll help hold the pink board in. Oh, that's where we are right at this point. I guess the next project is going to be to tear this floor up. As you can see, we've gotten started ripping some of the linoleum up. We're going to tear that all up so we can get down inside this ductwork, clean that all out, get all the hair and all the gunk in there out. We'll also check the frame over for any rust or any places that need to be repaired. Put some insulation in there, and we'll put a new floor down. So we'll talk to you next time.